to make turnip cake because Chinese New Year is coming. First, you'll need turnips to make the turnip cake, and you'll need to skin them like this. When you finish skinning it, it'll look like this and this. You'll also need dried mushrooms and some dried shrimp. And then you'll also get dried scallop. And lastly, dried sausage. Then you'll need cornstarch and rice flour. Now we'll go to the kitchen. We'll wash the ingredients with water. Mix it up a little bit to wash it more easily. You'll push it away, and you can see it's really dirty. And now we'll wash dried shrimp, and you can see it's really murky, which means there's some dirty stuff in here. And you can also use the colander to do this one because it's really tricky to do it without it. And now we'll soak these 3 items for 1 hour. Now I'll show you how to cut the turnip. But first, this cutting board is kind of wobbly, so you can get like a cloth or something underneath the cutting board, so then it will be less slippery. So now it doesn't wobble that much anymore. So first, you can get your turnip, and then you can cut off the turnip, and then you can cut it into slices. And now I'll show you the second way of cutting the turnip. So you can cut off a big piece of the turnip, and then you can lay it down like this, and then you can go in the middle and chop down this bit. So this is what it looks like after chopping it, and we'll use the grater to chop it. And now we will steam sausage and the mushrooms, so we can put the scallop inside too, and then we'll put the lid on. And after 10 minutes of steaming, you can then cool it. This is what it looks like now. Now we're going to cut the mushrooms and Chinese dried sausage. So the first thing you need to do is get a mushroom, and then you'll hold it up like this so that you can cut off the stem because we don't need the stem. So when you've cut the stem, you can then cut it into smaller pieces. When you've cut it into these, you can make it even smaller by doing this. When you finish cutting all the mushrooms, it should look like this kind of size. Next step, Chinese dried sausage. So I'm going to switch to a smaller knife so that it's more easier. So when you cut it, you can then cut it in half, and then cut it in half again to have 4 little pieces. Next step is to get your scallop and squeeze it to little threads. And when you finish that, you can pour it into another bowl with a colander. And then you'll need to keep this water here for later. And then you'll do the same thing, but not squeezing the shrimp. So you pour it inside here, and you drain out the water, and then pour it back inside the bowl. The next step is to fry the Chinese sausage. And then when you keep on mixing it like this, then the oil will start coming out of the dried sausage. The sausages will leave a little bit of oil, so then we can keep frying. When you finish cooking the shrimp, you can then cook the mushroom, and then you can spread it out evenly so then the oil can cook. It's time to cook the scallop. So we added a little bit more oil because of the mushroom sucked up all the oil. Just pour it in. We wanted to put this brown sugar inside, so you can bury that inside here a little bit. And then we're going to add turnip shred inside. Now we can put the lid on so then the steam will stay inside. After steaming for 25 minutes. Turnips will leave a juice that we'll need to mix later. So now we're mixing 400 grams of rice flour and 200 grams of cornstarch. And we have added this turnip juice thing. Added it once, so we just need to add it 9 more times. Add it our second time. We quickly mix it. We're just mixing it up together. Now we will swipe a little bit of oil on this foil container. And now we can add the mushroom and then pour this mixture into it. Add some of these inside. We can then mix this up a little, and then we can pour this paste into this container like this. And then we can add some of these shrimp, so like it's like a topping for it. Then lastly we'll do the scallop. We don't have to put the paste a little bit too high because it will rise up when it's steaming. Now we're going to steam it for 25 minutes. So now we have finished cooking this row, but we haven't finished cooking this. So we can then put the lid on when you can see here on the edge that it's completely on itself, so that means it's sucked up all the water. So then you can put the lid on like this, and then you can push it down like this, so then it can be sealed. Don't forget to go subscribe, like, and share.